c-betting that second pair because you don't get called from worse nines. There are a lot of kings and a lot of better nines that call you. Queen Jack and Jack 10 and stuff like that calls you has equity versus you. Like, they're kind of like not that far behind. So even though they're worse hands, equity-wise, they're doing all right. Let's see how we do with a boat here. Hopefully he's like slow playing a flush. Decides to try and like raise it. So I'm going to bet smaller here. This encourages raises from flushes and straights. It also encourages for him to continue to call with like a king. So it does that. It has both good effects that way. So if he has an ace, he might even decide that I'm weak with a king and he's going to try and like min raise me or something. You know, he wants to get more value out of his trips. Now let's talk about that 9-4, that 9 deuce again. 9 deuce, you get the only thing you really get value from is like pairs smaller than nines, that pocket pairs, and you don't really get very many streets of value from those anyway. You just get one street most of the time. Number two, you get value from fours, but there aren't a lot of fours in people's ranges. 4-5 suited, 4-3 suited, ace 4, maybe 4-6 suited. So not a lot of fours to get value from. A lot of hands that you like screw yourself against. A lot of better nines. A lot of okay, here we go. Let's go do something with this ace jack. A lot of better nines. A lot of kings. Queen jack and shit like that does pretty well against you. So in that case, you're not really wanting to. This is Pukesville, USA, right here. Getting 3-1. My jack might not be good if I hit it. My ace. Ace might not be good if I hit it. I think he can continue to bet with like all of his aces here though too. Hopefully he gives up right here. And that's a pretty terrible bet. He should be aware that I can have two pairs, which now a lot of them can be boats. I can have God, does he bluff ace X here? The only thing he can value bet is a 10, really. I mean, and boats, I guess. Missed diamond draws? I had the ace of diamonds in my hand. Does he value bet a queen? I honestly think this guy could be capable. Ace king shouldn't be betting. Well, I hate life and I'm going to call. Thought he could be doing that with a ace deuce, ace 4 type of hand. Such a sick read. Such a sick call. That makes me so happy right now. Get him. Oh my God. I'm going to get this guy, I swear to God. Beast call. Beast call. Oh my God. This is important, people, in poker, okay? This is probably okay, this is it. You guys ready for the secret? This is the #1 thing in poker to make you a successful poker player. This is it, okay? This is the most important thing. The most important thing is think. Don't just hit fold because of the board sucks. Don't hit call because your hand is really good and you just can't get away from a fold. Like, think through the hand about what he could be bluffing. Right there, I'm clearly not beating any value bet hands. So now I have to determine if there is a range of hands that he could be bluffing with. And you can really surprise yourself with what you know. I would normally, without a time bank, I would almost always like snap fold that hand, or fold it at some point. But if you really think things through, you can really put yourself in a position to make some pretty big calls, some pretty huge bluffs, Now, let's get back to what we were talking about here. Ace queen good. Bill's 3-betting again. Is anybody here a fish even? And why is my HUD not working on this table? Fold it. Come on, guy. Old Bill here. Old Billiam up here. Could have a heart draw, could have a spade draw, could have 8-9, could have 7-8, could have a big pair, could have me crushed. What's this? In 3-bet pots, he c-bets out of position 67%, the turn 100%. Yeah, we're definitely calling again. Diamond draw, yeah, we'll bet it. 7-3, gut shot, yeah, we'll bet it. 3-16. Well, I suppose he could be bluffing with quite a bit of stuff here. But it does look very much like I have a 10. And for this size, he just doesn't need to bet this much to get me off of a draw. So I think I'm going to let it go. I think he would bet smaller. 52 here, we're going to call it. We hit our queen. Pretty excellent card for us. We're going to just let him continue to bluff. Hopefully he has something like ace high flush draw. Hopefully he's drawing dead, honestly, but that's hoping for too much, you know. And now with the diamonds, we hope that he has something like a set of threes and we just win. Pure air, the bluff, he turned a flush draw. Fair enough. Win a big pot. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We're turning this day around. Things are looking up. And that's pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. Now, let's go back to what we were talking about with second pair hands, okay? 9 deuce, not a good spot on king 4 9 to c-bet. Now, let's take a look at something like king. Let's take a look at something like queen. No. This is a sick read, right? Man, I was pretty happy. What can we do here? In case this guy FNT is floating, I'm going to allow him to bet the turn. So, let's see here. Deuce is full of aces. This is kind of nice too because he might try and bluff pure air, thinking that we have a flush draw or a straight draw or something. We aren't really beat by anything. And now I think it's possible, since he shouldn't be defending very many twos, to try and even push off of a chop, possibly. If he re-raises, I'm pretty sure we're screwed, but I don't know if we can get away from it. Pushing off of a chop here is a pretty excellent idea, considering I have many more deuces in my range than he can have in his range. So, that, for example, right there, that's a spot where you could like call and expect to be good and be chopping the pot a lot, but you know, if you think about, like, I have more deuces in my range, he doesn't have a lot of deuces, he might be able to fold, like, to a chop. You know, you can do some stuff. I'm not saying it's a good play, but to get better at poker, you need to be thinking about things. So, now let's come up with a, thanks, everyone. That boy Covino, a.k.a. Mr. Call You Down. It's true, I will call you down. See here, nice call. I think your tank on turn induced his snap deuce 3 2/3 pot bet. Yeah, possibly. Tanking, definitely. Although I could tank to decide between the between raising my straight or flatting my straight. So, but possibly the tank could induce for sure. Nice call. Yeah, awesome. So now let's talk about some second pair hands, right? Might be good here with 8-5. Hopefully he has like 7s or 6s or 5s or 4s or deuces. That would be fantastic. Don't bet, Bill. Okay. So, now let's talk about a hand like second pair, like let's say Queen 9. No, that's not good. Queen 8, 7. Okay. Queen 8, 7. And let's say you got 8 Jack. Okay. Queen 8, 7. You got 8 Jack. Okay. So now you have a situation where all the queens will still call you. All the 8s will call you, but now you get calls from like 8, 10, 8, 9, 8, 6 suited, 8, 5 suited if someone just happened to play that. Of course, there's the bigger 8s like Ace 8 and Ace and King 8, but that's that's just 2 hands. So you get value from those 8s, and you get value from all the 7s, which is Ace 7, King 7 possibly. Why am I timing out? Full flush trying to freeze on me and mess me up. All the 7s, 7, 6, 7, 10, 7, 9. Someone called with Jack 7 suited. Not to mention the straight combos that you dominate. Like straight combos, for example, like on 7, 8 Queen, you dominate 9 Jack, 10 Jack, because when they pair up, they make two pair. You make 2 pair versus them. Also the bottom end, 5, 6, 9, 6. So you get much more value out of that second pair on the flop. So you can actually c-bet that profitably, whereas the 9, 2 you can't really. Also for balance purposes, you do want to have second pairs and top pairs in your range that you check back sometimes on the flop instead of c-betting. An example might be a board where you have ace deuce on a board of like ace 3 6. Ace 3 6 is like I'm gonna fly here this time actually. Ace 3 6 is like a board where people just miss. They just don't hit that often, and when they do hit it, it's often an ace that has you beat. So you can balance by deciding I'm just going to check back my bad kicker ace on this particular flop. So for balance purposes too. And here, when this guy does not bet the turn, I'm just for sure bluffing the shit out of it. He shouldn't have queens. He shouldn't have draws. Well, he should bet like some. No, I guess draws don't matter, but like queens, big jacks. You can still get value, like good jacks. You can get value from by betting the turn. We got a pretty nasty spot here with a min check raise, or not a min check raise, but a check raise. It's a pretty coordinated board. Bottom 2 is not as great as people think it is. It's highly overrated, especially on a board where a straight is made and there's no flush draw for him to be check raising as a bluff. Not to mention the sizing is not indicative of a bluff. It was a small check raise, so it's more value than anything. Rarely ever a bluff, I think. This large size makes me a little bit more concerned. I feel like possibly 8-9, but like I said, it's not a bluff based on the flop sizing. I don't think we can fold just yet though, so we're gonna call. Hopefully we boat up on the end. Hopefully he has like 9-10 here and decides he's gonna try to just get to showdown and not try and bet again. If he were to bet here, Not